Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing? Hey, I just wanted to pop in for a few minutes. I am headed out the door, but I just wanted to just share a few minutes, some things. So this week I sent out about 20 copies of the workbook that I created for those who attended a Woman's Worth Mixer uh, a week or so ago. And one of the things that I had in the workbook, and one of the things that I shared was lessons I've learned since, being married to Kevin. And I shared, it was like the ABCs of the lessons that I've learned. The first A, the letter A was for arrested development, but that's not the one I want to talk about today. I want to talk about boundaries. I want to talk about boundaries because I hear all of the time, a lot of the time is, I don't know how to set boundaries. How do you set boundaries? Or how do you impose boundaries? So I just wanted to just talk to you guys a few minutes about boundaries because look, on this journey here, you're going to need some boundaries. Not only will you need boundaries, but you're going to have to know how to and be willing to impose some consequences for your misbehavior. Even if they are still in prison, you need some boundaries because what I'm hearing is that, guys are coming home and they are disrupting a otherwise peaceful environment. They are coming home and they run into prison like, they run in the house like, you know, like what he's used to running the house like it's a prison. And so women are running to the therapist, or women are losing themselves, or women are suffering in silence, or women are sorely depressed, right? Because you don't have those boundaries in place. And so it's very, 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 God, I can't stress that enough. A boundary can save your life, and it may save your marriage. I don't know. But it's so, so important. So I just want to talk to you guys. This is what I shared during the mixer. So a boundary, right? Boundaries in a relationship are like this. They help each a person figure out where one person ends and the other person begins. Because some of the guys inside, they don't know where the boundary begins or where it ends. They are running slap over their loved ones, right? Just slap over because there's no boundary to say, hey, you can't come past here. Because when you come in past here, you're in my space. You're in my space. So, in short, boundaries help you define what you are comfortable with and how you would like to be treated by others. They apply to any kind of relationship you have, whether it's a friend, a family member, partner, or anyone else, right? So that's what a boundary are. What a boundary is. So what causes someone to have no boundaries? Some people can't set boundaries because they don't yet care enough about themselves to preserve their sanity and space. You communicate self-respect by imposing boundaries on disrespectful behavior. We teach people how to treat us by showing them how we treat ourselves. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to anybody? Y'all, good morning, Zena. Good morning, Kimberly. Hey, Rhonda. Yeah. We have to work on those boundaries, guys. I'm telling you, because my sisters are suffering in silence, walking on eggshells. Anybody know about them eggshells, right? Because you're so afraid, you want to tell him something, but you don't know how he's going to react. And yeah, I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all got to do the work. And I hopefully those ones that got that workbook do the work. That's just that workbook there is just the tip of an iceberg. But hopefully it will open up something in you to say, hey, you know what? I need to do some work on myself because he's been handling me kind of rough. And I've just been tolerating and I've been accepting it. No, take your life back. Take your life back, right? Some have said, I was happier when he was on the inside. I was happier when he was on the inside. So I'm saying, you guys take your lives back. Okay, so 6 ways to deal with someone who doesn't respect your boundaries. Even, let me tell you something. Let me talk to my church folk right quick. All this, he my husband and he the head of the household, I get all of that. But yet and still, baby, there's a certain way that you need to treat me as your wife. There's a certain way that you need to treat me as your wife. I respect you being the head of the household. I'm willing to submit or whatever. But hey, there's a certain way that you treat me, right? If you don't, hoorah and cuss and all of this at your mama, you don't do that at me. I'm just saying. Okay. So 6 ways to deal with someone who doesn't respect your boundaries. Number 1, take yourself out of the situation. Okay. So I'm hearing, well, every time I get off the phone with him, I feel this kind of way. I feel this, he calls me this, he calls me that. Number 1, who paid for that phone call? Who paid for that phone call? So you are paying for someone to call you and be disrespectful to you. Does that make sense to anybody? You paying whomever you paying every month so that he can call you. And he call you and he talk crazy to you. Take yourself out of the situation. And this is what this looks like, right? So he all on the phone and he's yelling at you, and you don't do this and you this and you that, you that. Look, as calm as you can. If you want to call him baby, call him baby. Say, babe, that no longer serves me. You can no longer talk to me like that. And so right now I'm going to hang up. Hang up. Hang up. Yeah. You take yourself out of the equation. And now he tripping. He won't know what's wrong with you. And I don't say this to be funny or negative, but if you hang up, so what? What he going to come do? Knocking at your door? I'm just saying, y'all. Okay. Number 2, don't fall for the trap. This is the trap. Babe, I'm sorry. I was just having a hard day around here. These people around there, I'm sorry. If you saying I'm sorry, if he's saying I'm sorry too many times, he ain't sorry. He know what he's getting by with. Right? So don't fall for that I'm sorry trap. Don't give up. Setting boundaries are hard because people are not used to you setting boundaries. So they're going to test you and they're going to try you. You may even, fall. You may even, slip and let them slide. But don't give up. Like I said about that word, like the word of God, it'll work if you work it. Boundaries, it'll work if you work it. If you work it. Number 4, set a deal breaker and stick to it. Set a deal breaker. No. This is a deal breaker. So what are your deal breakers? Do you even have any? Or have you just fallen for the okie doke and just, it's okay. It's okay, baby. Okay, I know you was having a bad day. Okay, baby. Or do you have a deal breaker? Do you have a deal breaker? Think about that. Think about that today. Number 5, don't laugh it off. He called you a name, right? Don't laugh that off. And he, oh, baby, I'm just sorry. I was just playing. No, ain't nothing funny about that. I want you ladies to really, really be smart. Love, support, but I'm going to say this word, and I ain't calling nobody this. Love, if you love, but support, but don't be stupid. I'm just saying. Okay. And finally, you may have to consider cutting them off completely. That's the one make that heart hurt. Yeah. If a person just continues to cross your boundaries, and let me tell you this, anytime you feel some type of way after having a conversation with somebody, you feel hurt, you feel sick, you feel angry, there's not a boundary there. So I want you guys to think about that. Think about, do I have any boundaries in place with my loved one? And then they need to have some boundaries in place too. But we're talking about you today. Yeah. Guys, I hear it all of the time. Even if he's home, you got to have that conversation. Babe, I'm telling y'all, I started talking about boundaries last year because one morning I woke up and the first thing that I heard God say was boundaries. And I was like, okay. Because I know his voice, y'all. And I heard him say boundaries. So here I am. God speak, I get to move. And I start studying, boundaries, understood. I came to understand I had some boundaries that I need to tighten up on. You don't get a pass all the time. You might get a pass sometimes. You don't get a pass all the time. And this is just not with a husband and wife relationship, even with my kids, even with anybody. There's some boundaries in place. So that's what I wanted to pop in and encourage you guys. Hey, if you don't have no boundary, look, you got to do the work. Just like I said, no one goes from kindergarten to 12th grade on to college without doing the work. You got to do some work. You want to see some changes in your life? Do the work, right? So today, a call to action for you guys. Just jot down 5 boundaries that you have. And if you can't name 5 boundaries that you have, then there may be a problem, right? So just are 5 boundaries that you need to work on. Write them down, guys. Don't try to keep all of this stuff up here. Let me see what y'all talking on here. Cynthia, Vincent, boundaries. They are extremely important. Your life depends on placing them. Yeah. Cynthia, if a man will talk crazy to you incarcerated, he will surely talk crazy to you when he's in the free world. Don't tolerate it. Let me say that again for the people that's in the back upstairs that did his. If a man will talk crazy to you incarcerated, he will surely talk crazy to you when he's in the free world. Don't tolerate it. Yeah. Cut cut the head off of that snake now. Starting with those phone calls that make you feel some type of way. Look, I'll go even farther, say, look, dude, I paid for this call. And you're not going to talk to me like that. Click. Yeah, I'm telling you guys. Sandy, love your book, Miss Sheila 100. I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, Sandy. Thank you. Latasha, I keep trying to get something from these, but I guess this group or whatever is just not for me. I don't know what you're saying, but okay. Okay. Rhonda, it's taken a while, but now it's my life for me. I'm worth more than that. Absolutely. It's all about knowing your worth and knowing what you desire. I mean, what you deserve and what you don't deserve. Yeah. Yeah. Vincent, men have a way of revealing their true self while incarcerated. What it boils down to is being a good of character and being honest with yourself. Vincent, thank you. Vincent, previously incarcerated. Yeah. Kimberly, teaching him that we are adults and we talk things out as adults and it works for us. Good deal, Miss Kimberly. Yeah. So anyway, guys. Okay, Latasha, you said we have an agreement to never hang up on each other. Yeah, hey, if that's your agreement and that works for you, but I'm saying for those who are in your ear being disrespectful and calling you all kind of names, maybe that's not your husband. I get that. Y'all had that agreement. However, if somebody is in your ear talking stupid to you, hang up on them. That's just my deal. You and your husband got y'all thing worked out? Fine. But I'm just saying to these other sisters who are saying, he calling me names and he talking me stupid or whatever. Okay. Take yourself out the equation. Again, we teach people how to treat us by the way we treat ourselves. You're not going to put all that negativity in my ear. You're not going to put all that junk in my spirit. You ain't doing that. You're not doing that. Yeah. Miss Annie, hang up and block them if you have to. I hear you, Miss Annie. Teach them how to treat you. Yeah. Rhonda, yeah, walking on eggshells on the outside and he's still on the inside. Look, been there, done that. She said no more. She said walking on eggshells on the outside while he's still on the inside. Y'all, Rhonda, I'm gonna give you a hand clap for that one. Walking on eggshells on the outside while he's still on the inside. He's running your life from inside. Yeah. Talia, she started the work last night. That's right. Do the work. Do the work. I was doing the work last night myself. So anyway, I just want to pop in here and talk to you guys about boundaries because that's a question I get asked a lot. How do you set boundaries? What do you do? Look, let me tell you something. Y'all, if your loved one is incarcerated now, that's the best time to start setting and enforcing some boundaries. Don't wait till they get out this back gate talking about, you can't talk to me like that. No, you start that while he on the inside. Because when you get on the outside, not only will he have the pressure of a relationship, he got the pressure of trying to find a job. He got the pressure of trying to fit in. He got the pressure of, trying not to listen at the chatter in his head. So, your boundaries, if you try to set a boundary when he get out, he just might run slap over you. Start that now. Start it now. Okay. All right, guys, I gotta go, but I just wanted to pop in and say, look, start thinking about your boundaries. Write it down. Write it down. And my thing is, look, start putting it into practice. Start putting it into practice. All right. It's not a game, but I sure like to know how it's working out for you. All right. Y'all have a good day. And I'll holler at y'all later. I think I'm going to do all of my ABCs of the lessons that I learned, Again, Arrested Development. I'll go back and I'll talk about Arrested Development. And then for number C, I had culture. So A was Arrested Development, B, boundaries, C, culture, that prison culture. How that thing has the potential, the high probability to just transfer from that culture into your household, if you allow it. So we'll talk about that next time. Okay? All right. I love you guys. Y'all stay up, stay strong, and keep doing the work. Holla at y'all later. Bye-bye.